when he was a youth. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that. Malcolm X. Malcolm X was more underground. He would be in audiences like this, little community audiences, right? Martin Luther King was like mass movement. But they had the same purpose, but different mindsets. Same purpose. So let's shift on. Who's this? KRS-One, right? Conscious hip hop of the 1980s. If you haven't, who hasn't heard KRS-One, any of his lyrics? Has anyone heard By Any Means Necessary, his first album? Anyone? Okay. Who's on the internet? Who's internet, YouTube and all that? Who's on it? Download KRS or buy his album and re-listen to it if you've listened to it already. Re-listen to it. Buy it, listen to it. You'll hear new things. Yeah? You'll hear something different. When I listen to KRS, I'll be like, see, I didn't pick that up first time. Because he's talking about stuff, loads of multiple subjects about black consciousness and how to survive and you know, the system. He's talking about stuff. Buy him. Listen to him. Yeah? Because these are they're the people that were teaching us back in the 80s. It wasn't school. Still ain't school. So let's talk about KRS-One. A lot of the rappers of the 80s were incarnations of our ancestors. Can anyone break down that statement? What am I talking about? A lot of our rappers in the 80s were incarnation of our ancestors.
They displayed the traits of their forebears.
Say that again?
They displayed the traits of their forebears.
They displayed the traits of our forefathers. Would anyone agree with that or disagree with that? What do you think about that statement? Anyone, give me some feedback, please. I start feeling lonely up here. Come on, what does anyone agree or disagree? Give me an opinion on that. What the brother just said. Anyone?
I agree with that.
Yeah, I agree, because you can hear it in the music and the lyrics.
You can hear it in the music and the lyrics, right? So who's this?
Malcolm X.
Who is this?
Malcolm X.
Right? KRS-One. His first album called By All Means Necessary. What was the famous statement of Malcolm X? By any means necessary. KRS-One was an incarnation, meaning he had almost the spirit of Malcolm X within him. Our leaders show up in different people. Tupac was formulating into someone. Who would he have been? You know what I'm saying? He would have been someone. Marcus Garvey, he would have been someone. KRS-One, he went as far as mimicking Malcolm X. This is Malcolm X in his house. He was being attacked, right? So he was defending his family, right to bear arms in America. He's outside his curtain looking like, yeah, come. You know, he's waiting, yeah? It's a famous image. KRS-One it's his album cover, his first album, By All. Malcolm X said, by any means necessary. He said, by all. So he took on his personality. What he rapped about was pretty much what Malcolm X was saying in the 60s. But it was in the 80s. 20-year difference, right? So it was an incarnation of Malcolm X, you could say. You with me on that?
Yeah.
Yeah? So who was Malcolm X? I mean, you guys know, but he was a civil rights leader and motivational force in the US who advocated black history and pride. He represented the more militant side of the civil rights movement. Who represented his complementary opposite? And who represented the more peaceful side? They were of the same strain, you know, yin and yang? Same. That's how the universe created it. You know what I'm saying? It's a universal thing. With Muhammad Ali, who was also an activist. Yeah? Okay, let's shift on. This looks interesting. What does this picture say to you guys? What does it look like?
Is that all women?
Hands, please. Hands, anyone. What do you see in this image? Yes, sir. Like the Last Supper, right? Like the Last Supper. Remember, this is conscious hip-hop of the 80s. You don't really see this symbolism in our MCs and groups nowadays. But look what they're doing. They could have been like all flexing with guns and like, You know what I'm saying? But look what they chose to represent. A futuristic depiction of the Last Supper, Afrocentric. Yeah? Thanks. Okay? Right. Okay, thanks. So X, huh? Symbolize unity. They also symbolize spirituality, right? X-Clan. They were a conscious hip-hop group of the 1980s